August 23, 2025. Daily Bread. Passage: Acts chapter 10 verse 17 to 35. Key verse: verse 34. Title: God accepts those who fear him. Now while Peter was inwardly perplexed as to what the vision that he had seen might mean, behold, the men who were sent by Cornelius, having made inquiry for Simon's house, stood at the gate, and called out to ask whether Simon, who was called Peter, was lodging there. And while Peter was pondering the vision, the Spirit said to him, Behold, 3 men are looking for you. Rise and go down and accompany them without hesitation, for I have sent them. And Peter went down to the men and said, I am the one you are looking for. What is the reason for your coming? And they said, Cornelius, a centurion, an upright and God-fearing man, who is well spoken of by the whole Jewish nation, was directed by a holy angel to send for you to come to his house and to hear what you have to say. So he invited them in to be his guests. The next day he rose and went away with them, and some of the brothers from Joppa accompanied him. And on the following day they entered Caesarea. Cornelius was expecting them and had called together his relatives and close friends. When Peter entered, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter lifted him up, saying, Stand up, I too am a man. And as he talked with him, he went in and found many persons gathered. And he said to them, You yourselves know how unlawful it is for a Jew to associate with or to visit anyone of another nation, but God has shown me that I should not call any person common or unclean. So when I was sent for, I came without objection. I asked then why you sent for me. And Cornelius said, 4 days ago, about this hour, I was praying in my house at the 9th hour, and behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing. And said, Cornelius, your prayer has been heard and your alms have been remembered before God. Send therefore to Joppa and ask for Simon, who is called Peter. He is lodging in the house of Simon, a tanner, by the sea. So I sent for you at once, and you have been kind enough to come. Now therefore we are all here in the presence of God to hear all that you have been commanded by the Lord. So Peter opened his mouth and said, Truly I understand that God shows no partiality. But in every nation anyone who fears him and does what is right is acceptable to him. Daily Bread Message. While Peter was thinking about the vision, the men Cornelius had sent arrived. Peter was obedient to God's Spirit. He ignored Jewish tradition, welcomed the Gentiles into his home as his guests, ate with them, and the next day he went with them. When Peter arrived, he openly confessed that his being there was a violation of Jewish law, but God had shown him that he should not hold on to his old prejudices. All men are created in God's image. So, when Peter was sent for, he came without objection. Cornelius knew that Jews did not enter Gentile homes. He told Peter how God's messenger had visited him while he was praying, and said that God had heard his prayers and seen his generosity in giving to the poor. Cornelius thanked Peter for coming. He and those with him were gathered there in the presence of God, ready to hear everything God had given Peter to say. Through Cornelius and his vision, Peter personally realized that God does not show partiality. He accepts any person who fears him and does what is right. The good news of peace through Jesus is for everyone who accepts Jesus Christ as Lord. Prayer. Father, please help me to see others without partiality as you do. Help me to share the gospel freely with whoever you lead me to. One word. God does not show favoritism.